Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Crafting and Crime Daily. This is Craft With Me Wednesday, and tonight I have a guest. Yes, Joanna, Color and Chat with Joanna. And this is also being broadcast on her channel. So if there's a comment that she might talk about versus a comment that I might talk about and you can't see it, it's because you might be in one chat and not the other. The benefit of this, doing it this way, is she and I can see everybody in both chats, but you can't. Unfortunately, they haven't fixed that glitch yet, but she'll be able to see her people in her chat and my chat. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Did you hear all that?
I am yeah, I have a nap hangover.
Oh,
I had such a long nap that I woke up and I didn't even know like what time of the year it was. It was just
well, that's what happened to me. That's why I sent you the wrong link. That was the nap hangover.
it's okay. No, because I just learned like 17 prompts from you in like a minute. So I have to
Mhm.
wait for all this to get into my head. But
That's okay,
anyway,
but this is how you wanna take advantage of this feature that I just showed her, that how to broadcast on both of our channels.
that is so amazing.
Now, if you look in the
Isn't
chat, Joanna.
technology great when it's cooperative? I mean,
Yes. Now, when you look in the chat, you see some people on above their icon have
hello,
this little
peoples.
symbol.
Hello, Mickey.
Do you see
Okay.
the little symbol above
Tammy's
their
there.
head? Like,
Bonnie's there. Bonnie, did you get your package yet? Do you know
she's in her own
she
world.
lives in McKinney, Texas? Okay. Let me tell you something. The packages I sent to Alaska got there before the Texas one got there. I'm like, I don't know if they have to socially approve you or something at the mailbox in Texas, but it is like pulling teeth. I'm gonna have to call people
All
and
right, I'm gonna say hello to everybody. I was trying to teach you
but
something and you just
Creative
went
Chris is
astray,
here.
but that's
Hi
okay.
Dawn. Hi
Hi,
Dawn.
Deborah. Deborah's been sitting here for a while. Listen, Joanna, I wore a shirt just for you.
Oh shit.
Joanna loves my gnomes, loves them. Anyway, if you got a
I'm trying
notification
not to
that
curse.
Joanna is live, it is because we are live on both channels, Color and Chat with Joanna and Crafting and Craft Daily. So, so that her viewers would know that she's over
I have
here
a
with me.
particular aversion to gnomes, and Miss Thing over there knows it,
Oh
and
yeah.
she knows I'm not. Yeah, they creep me out. It's like Freddy Krueger or something. I just, and then it's so funny. Like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll be having a bad gnome dream or something, and
And
George
it's
will
all my
come up
fault.
and start licking my feet.
Oh no.
And it's like, get the heck away from me, you weird dog.
Oh my God. So
Go
tonight
give
we're going to be
somebody else food
coloring.
happiness. I
Hi,
know.
Jessica. Tammy's here. Lisa's here. See Lisa's name? See AK Rose name?
Mickey, Mickey,
Joanna.
Mickey. Oh, hi, Tia.
She's
Hello, Tia.
Joanna. Listen to me for
Hello,
a sec.
Tia.
Okay.
Yes,
See Lisa's name? AK Rose in the chat.
I'm looking.
Okay. You see that little, it looks like a link
I
in
see
her,
Dippin' Time, Deborah, Emma. Hey, Emma.
she's not. All right.
Dawn.
I'll tell you later. Hi,
You have to
Mickey. Hi,
go up a
Lisa.
little.
Hi,
Okay.
Bonnie. Different people have this little symbol above their icon. I don't know if you see it. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Lee. See, Lee has
Yes,
one.
some have a wrench. That means they're a mod.
Oh, okay. What are you looking on your computer? Or are you inside
And
StreamYard?
I'm in the chat. I'm in StreamYard.
Okay. The creative Chris, see, he got the notification on Joanna's channel, so that it's
Oh,
working.
cool.
And he is in your chat. That little symbol above the icon
You
means
are
he's
so
sitting in your.
advancing. I mean, we are just not
She
in
can't wrap her
little
mind
kindergarten
around it
no
yet.
more. This is serious
Jerry,
business.
hello, hello. Yes, it's hump day. Oh my goodness. Rhonda's here. Who else came in? Bonnie got her package. I got my package. Oh my God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know when I'm
You're
gonna have
so
time to do all this
welcome.
diamond
I
painting.
know, I put a
Angie's
little extra in
here.
there
I know, I know.
because
Emma, hi Emma. She got her package.
I saw it and I thought you might like it. If you don't like it, you're free to regift it or do whatever you like with it. But
Lee's putting out the
I just
spread.
I
There's
just
Tia.
kind of feel what
Oh
I
my
feel
gosh.
about people and
Tia's been
kind
a
of learn what they
member
like.
for 40 months. Oh my God. I have been doing this show for almost 5 years now. Can you believe that? Do the two of you have
You
a
know
long
what?
delay?
The
Sometimes
time
we
I
do,
know
yes.
I've been on it for like over 3 years. It took me over 3 years to get to 1,000 because I just never fed the girl. I didn't take care of it. I didn't water it. I didn't put
Mhm.
it in the sun. I just, I treat it like every plant that's ever given to me because they commit suicide right away. They just, they just want out. Plants are like, I would rather be dead than live with her. But my silk plants, they thrive. So, yeah, so it's taken a moment to really, get into. I mean, I'm a slow learner, so but now there's a community, there's friends, we know these people,
Lee,
and
let me just talk to Lee for a second. Lee,
go
you might
ahead.
have already left. She might have already left. Lee, if you're in Joanna's channel and you can't hear us, you can jump over to my chat. You can get to us one of two ways, either through her channel or my channel. So Lee said he couldn't hear us in his channel, in her channel. So I found out Lee's a girl. Lee's a woman. Or is Lee a man? Is Lee a
He's a
man or a woman?
man. He's an old man.
Oh, he's a man. Who is it that
He's a
told me
dirty
somebody?
old man from
Okay, well, whoever he
Massachusetts.
is. He was trying to put out snacks and he couldn't hear us. And
Yeah, he always loves to play the caterer. I adore
I
Lee.
know I love it.
And he always mentions stuff that I don't have in my house, so I can't satisfy the urge.
Lisa's, Lisa's
It's
house is
so
hospital for
cruel.
plants.
Miranda is at church, but she's gonna watch afterwards. Is the whole church gonna watch afterwards? Because we're gonna have to clean up our act.
Oh, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. All right.
We
What are
don't
you going to
know.
work in tonight? What are you coloring for us? Show us what you're coloring.
Okay, what I am working on tonight. This book. Has anybody seen this book? Color Circle of
Circle
Life.
of
Listen,
Life.
look at how beautiful hard cardstock pages. This book is like under $20, and I'll do a super fast flip through. All the pages are round. There's one I've started, but I haven't finished.
Oh, I
There's
see.
there's a couple in here that but look at how beautiful. Everything has sort of a circle around it, and it's a good book. And it's good paper because you can do this. Hold on, let me see if I can do this standing up. You hear that? That's the cardstock paper. That's the
Oh,
inside
see.
paper.
Now,
Heavy
I brought
cardstock
out, I
paper.
have these pencils here. I've got these Prisma pencils and some other ones, but I brought these out. I bought these the other day. These are watercolor pencils, woodless watercolor pencils that were,
Ooh.
but because of what you just said, I thought, well, this will work because the back of the page is black, but
Right.
it's not cardstock because
No.
the water just goes right
It'll
through
soak
it.
through.
So I will
Yeah,
not be using
you're gonna have to
those.
be really stingy with your water.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I'm not going to use them. I'll just go back to my I
but
call
for
them crayons,
today,
to
we're
my
just gonna
pencils.
do. I always put them on a little clipboard, and I have a notebook. We're gonna do this one now. I was gonna ask you
Can you take
guys.
the picture out of the book?
Yeah, they're all perforated pages,
Oh,
so you
I
can just
see.
take them right out, which is wonderful. A lot of times I just have long suffering, and then there's the time clock too.
Oh, that's oh, do that one.
You want
Oh,
me to do that one?
that's
Okay.
gorgeous.
This is
Yeah,
going to be a lot of spring colors and
there you go.
and they have all kinds of environments, the ocean, the mountains, the sea turtles, which God, I'm so ready for the sea
So I
turtles.
remember
But this is what I was
you
working on earlier today.
oh my god. Where did you learn to
I
do all that shading and colors and oh my
It's
gosh.
actually I have a little cheat that I do with my shading, and it
I'm
makes
so
it go
impressed.
very, very quickly. Um, now people who are like anal retentive colorist don't
Oh,
always approve of what I do. I don't care. I am not Coloring is so wonderful that you don't have to answer to anybody. It's your way or, hit the highway. But it's always fun to
it's not like
watch.
it's gonna hang in an art gallery for critics. It's just something you
Yeah,
do to
I put them in
relax.
a notebook. I have a
Yeah,
notebook of all of my, and then my Wild Souls. I did that one from cover to cover. That
that
book
was
was
gorgeous. Yeah.
so emotional to me. I mean, when I finished it, I cried for like 2 hours, and I was in the hospital, and all my friends, they couldn't come and see me because we were on lockdown. And guess what they did? They showed up in the parking lot. All my friends brought their dogs. They had a parking lot party. I know they were down there getting drunk, but
Aw.
but they were like waving to me, and they all made signs, and some were heart
How long were
signs.
you in
We
the
love you, get
hospital?
better. This was in Texas. I
Oh.
was uh I was taken in February, and I didn't get out until late July. It was an ulcer situation, and
Oh my god.
they took me off of food. I had no food for 5.5 months. I felt like I'm just gonna die here. There's just, but long suffering in the beginning, he could come and see me, and he could bring the dogs. And so the dogs would get it to come up in the hospital. I've got some cute pictures. I'm going to send them to you. I'll put them on the Instagrammy where,
Oh.
I have Fiona in bed laying next to me, and she wouldn't leave for over an hour. The nurses were like, "Why is that dog still here?" I was like, "She's
Yeah.
checking in. She's not
Whose dog is
leaving."
this? That's
She was
funny.
like, it's like they had to go down to the kitchen and order chicken and get her bribed off of my bed with chicken. But anyway, so all my room had uh they gave all the signs to the security guard and said bring them up to her room, you know. And this is like in the beginning of the Roni, when there were people, they were packing people in semi trucks out in the back
Oh
because they didn't
god.
even have room in the morgues. And it was really, really scary. We didn't have the information that we have now.
Right,
And
right.
so doing Wild Souls was really my only way out of the minutia.
Yeah, yeah, because you
It
can't
was,
really
it was
diamond paint and
It
you can't
was
really
my way out of
crochet.
the
Yeah.
crazy, and John brought up all my colors. I have a lot of I have a lot of pencils. I'm a pencil girl. So I have
Which ones are your favorite?
well, right now I'm using Brunfluners. They're square. They're so cool. These pencils are a secret weapon,
Oh,
and they blend so beautifully. I mean, you feel like you're working with a polychromos, but instead of paying $150, you're paying like 30. for a set of,
What's the name again?
it's Brunt Funer. I'll send you
Yeah,
the,
because I'll never remember
I
that.
know,
Nor will I
it's
know how to
German.
spell
It
it.
took me 2 years to say it right. Yeah, I've
Wow.
been butchering their name forever.
Yeah,
But, what I do kinda like to do is I take my in the beginning, because all of this is leaves, okay?
yeah,
And so we want our leaves to have dimension, but we don't wanna spend all day on doing leaves, I mean,
right.
leaves are an accessory. I mean,
Yeah,
come
we got
on.
leaves here. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And so, I always do the 3 colors. And I have a gel pen, which is a neon green gel pen, and then I have the good Irish green, the Irish meadow green. These pencils are so cool. They have a name and a number, but it's in Japanese. But guess what? One of my girlfriends that I hardly even know her. I mean, I've talked to her like once or twice in a chat. She translated all the colors into English. So it does have a name and a number. So it's like, because this is like,
It's not
oh,
even in English. I just
that
realized
means
these
green.
are my Crayolas, which you're gonna be really
These
impressed.
are so much better than Crayolas.
No, I have
Um,
better
but
let me go get the
I have all
better
of them.
ones.
I
Be
have
right back.
Hollies. You know, everybody loves Prismacolor. You know, but
I forgot I have Prismas right here. I gotta get them out because these other ones
yeah,
are terrible.
Prismas are a slam dunk. You don't have
They're
to
so
worry if you're,
pigmented. I love that.
they are. They're
Yeah.
like a sure thing. They're gonna show up on time, they're gonna pay for dinner, and you only have to date them, you don't have to marry them or anything.
So I need 3 different
So,
colors of green. So I need like a lighter green.
yeah, I
Okay.
always go in threes, you know, a dark, a medium, and a light. And the light that I use is usually my gel pens. Now, these gel pens are cheap, cheap, cheap. You can get 120 of them for under $20. And I'm going to put that in the link below too. I have to start being responsible and telling people we're going to put it in the link for you, because I
There
don't know
you
how to
go.
do that.
There you
But I,
go. Because they
but
always ask. They do. They'll ask. And then I,
my
yeah.
Rebecca taught me how to link now. So, but what you do is just, hang on a minute. Can I put my camera down so that we can see the what I'm coloring?
Sure. Yes,
Or,
you can. Yes, yes, yes. Go right ahead.
yeah, there's nothing good here to look at. I
Well,
just,
I'm sure there's people that would beg to differ, but let's go to the coloring
I
book.
have flabby hair. Oh, but I got, guess what? My new summer, and it's called buttercream, and it's got little butterflies drawn in like a
Mm.
very pale black around the sides of it, and it's my summer whoopee, and I'm gonna buy 3 more because I am such a whoopee
Did you
girl
end up
now.
buying that purple sweater?
I did. I did. It's
Ooh, I
coming.
can't wait to
Yes.
see that. That's cute.
I hope, I buy everything with trepidation. Um, it's always sort of a little science project. It's a wait and see. Was it done correctly
Yeah.
or not? But yeah. So I just take my little gel pen and I color around the outside
So do you want to
of
put the
the
camera on
leaf
your
on
table?
one side. Yeah, hold on a minute. Oh god,
Okay.
this girl.
No, you'll be fine. You can do it.
No, she's duct taped together because I
Oh,
can't get the screw to work with me because she's rude.
oh, there you go. You got it. You got it. Okay. Look at you. All right.
Something just snapped. Hold on. Okay. Think I got her. Hold on. Let's go out to the actual paper. Okay. Oh, see. No, she's wiggling. Nope.
Nope, you're
Don't
doing fine.
do that. Look.
Hi, Bubbles Crafty Corners. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Mutt Nuts. Hi, Kathleen. Everybody's
Is
here.
my
Yay.
nuts here? Hey,
She's,
girl.
she's here. She's here.
She's my
So,
neighbor. We live like an hour away from each other. We have got to do a meetup. I
so what
mean,
is it you're doing with the gel pen? You said you did what?
okay, let me just get Mr. Camera under control here.
To cooperate. I know. I know.
Well, they wobble and then they
Yes,
unscrew
they do.
themselves and nobody gave them permission and they're driving drunk and they're just a mess. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put a little piece of tape on it so I don't have to chase it around all night. Isn't this pitiful?
No, it's fine. You're fine.
Oh, the way I am super glued together. Okay, I'll smooth
There
the
you go.
paper up.
There you go.
Okay, so what I do is first I always decide where my light source is. And on this particular one, I want the light to come from here and go down there. So everything in the middle is where I do the least amount of shading because I want it to look like when I did the girl and the monkey. I wanted her to
Mhm.
look like she is a city girl. She's on vacation. She doesn't have a tan. She has no idea what she's doing, but she made a monkey friend. And so I always have to come up with a little story for my stories. But basically, all I do is take a little bit of the gel pen and then give it a little smudge. And when you do that, it is so simple. It does not leak through the paper. Well, actually, this is pretty hard stock paper, so I've never been more pleased with a book. This book is crazy. And then we do our middle color, and we're going to go around the stems and stay kind of in that middle area, but not to the center.
Uh-huh.
And look at how beautiful these cheap little gel pens just work with everything because I had to work with what I had. And then we get the Yakashaka Mita ramen noodle green. The name on this pencil is like, there's no way. There's no way. They'd have me on an airplane in 2 seconds.
Look at
And
that.
see? And then we just put this in the middle on the stems. And then sometimes if I want to put, let me see, because I have a whole, look, all of these lovely pencils. Look at the color palette. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I
Gorgeous.
mean, for under $30, I
Mhm.
was like, I'm sure they're crap. I'm sure they're crap. Because I kind of turned into a pencil snob. I even got long suffering got me a set of Holbeins, but I have never used them. I've never used my Holbeins. They're still in the wrapping. I feel like I've been built up with so much, and then this is kind of like a dark, dark, dark green. So I'm adding a little extra because I want these leaves to look a little older. They're on the top. They've been exposed to the sun and that kind of thing. Oh, I'm quite the Martha Stewart when I'm coloring. When I'm actually growing something, I'm a killer. I mean, I murder those poor babies. And I
No,
try so
I'm glad I had
hard.
you on because you are teaching me. This is pretty cool. I don't have gel, but
Yeah.
I'm making it work.
But
with the 3 different colors.
Definitely. I'll send you some because I get like 4 pallets of these gel pens. They
Oh,
come in
wow.
pastels. They come in, I love to use the neons because the neons bring a lot of light, and then they come in glitter pens too. And they come with a pack of refills and they're $20. And I'm like, well, when I want to color, but I don't want to spend a week on it. Let me try to get some lighting in here. I'm so sorry. This is a
Julie
hot
says she uses Copics. Copics? What are Copics?
Copics. Yeah, Copic marker people are sort of like Jeep people. They have their own thing going on. They have Copic marker people.
Still love you,
Copic
Billy.
markers are very, very expensive. Let's start
Oh,
there.
okay. Okay. All
$8
right.
and
Well, we
$9 for one alcohol marker.
oh, they're alcohol markers. Okay, gotcha.
And
Woo.
there's 300 in the kit. I think
Yeah,
the
no,
kit's
I
20
don't need those.
now.
No.
I I find there are many, many alcohol markers out there that are more affordable. I don't like working with alcohol markers because they bleed a lot.
Yeah.
The color doesn't sit on top of the page and it doesn't move. And that's always a thing for me. Because if I'm using the gel markers just to fill in some shading so that I can get to the center and the
Right,
good
right.
stuff, but everybody gets a rhythm in coloring. And my rhythm is start at the outside and work your way in. Now, I've tried to start in the middle and then I wind up with an unfinished project and I never go
Okay.
back and finish it. I'm not a responsible whip girl in the coloring.
Me neither. I've
I'm
been working
really
on one of these.
not. I mean,
I have an
I'll
Alice
finish the
page I was
document
working
painting,
on.
but I don't want to do this. It's like, come on, man. You
I have
know,
an Alice page that I was working on for 2 years with Shalene.
yeah, Shalene is all in. She will spend 30 minutes coloring one leaf and
Yeah.
then she's like, you're not doing it right. You're using a gel marker. And I'm like, who said I can't?
That's where I first met you in her chat.
Where's the rule book? I know.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Shalene in a long time. I hope she's doing good.
Oh, she's
I
cross
don't know.
stitching away, cross stitching her little heart out.
Well, that's probably, see, I'm not a cross stitcher. I can watch you cross stitch because you always tell stories while you're cross stitching.
Yes.
I mean, what about this crumbly thing going on? Oh my God.
They're already on verdict watch.
Yeah.
They have had closing arguments and where well they've gone home for the night, but they'll be back on
Now
verdict watch
you are
tomorrow.
an educated, experienced attorney. So I want to know, what do you think? Do you think he's going to take it or do you think they're going to nail him or what do you
I
think
think
is going
he's
to be the outcome?
much more sympathetic than his wife was. I mean,
Oh,
he comes across way
was
more.
she as cold as an ice cube or
Oh
what?
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to see
Towards
my
their
son
son
after he's been
and in
through this.
court. Yeah,
And telling the police that he couldn't call 911 for mental help because she would get pissed off. I'm like, you know what? I
yeah.
mean, and the poor boy lost. I mean, listen,
I
I
think that
I
because he
know I'm
purchased.
gonna I'm gonna
Yeah,
take a hit for this, but losing a dog is one thing. Losing a Great Pyrenees, oh my God, they're heart thieves. they take a big chunk of your heart with them when
And
they
he did have
go.
a Great Pyrenees. I
And
figured
he
you'd put
had a
down on that one.
beautiful Great Beret, and, the thing about Great Berets is they are soulful dogs. Like George, well, George is a whore. I mean, he is just he's a girl whore. He just needs to be, in an Elvis suit and be working in Vegas at the all night, you know, wedding chapel, because that dog is so full of him. He is just he's a little girl whore. He really is. And he's such a shameless flirt. And see, sometimes you just take it and just take your finger and just go like this in this little spot. Like you just want to soften it.
Yeah.
So do a little gel pen if something gets heavy or clumpy. Um, the thing I love about coloring that always brings me back is you can't do anything to destroy this page. You can color over it, you can erase it, you can change it. It's not like I just put down 150 of the wrong color in a diamond painting. I got to pluck them all up.
Oh gosh.
Diamond paintings will call you out, but coloring is so easy. And it's like, I mean, yeah, I know that crab is psychedelic, but I meant to do that. That was, I justify it by saying it's supposed to look that way. What's wrong with you? My husband's like, you need medication. There's just something going on here. What are you coloring now? And he would come up, and then they locked him out. And when they locked him out and I couldn't see him, but he would send big bags of miniature Reese's cups and Dove chocolates
Oh, you mean
and
at the hospital,
assorted
right?
chocolates for the nurses. Yeah, and I
Oh,
had a huge yellow bowl.
that works every time, honey. Just
I'm telling
send the
you,
nurses
those
chocolate. Yeah,
girls, they were my soldiers. They kept me alive. The doctors, I'd have, 5 or 6 doctors coming in every day. And, I had CDC in there. And I mean, it was like, I was like the mystery patient. And I was like, oh my God. I had to go for a CT scan every week. I
you
probably have
never got
more
COVID while
radiation.
you were in there, though, right?
Huh?
You didn't get COVID while you were in there, did you?
No, I did not get COVID. They kept
Oh,
me in
thank
a
goodness.
really big, nice room. It had a sofa in it for John to sleep on, actually pulled out like a big futon.
Right.
But he couldn't stay because, they just came up to him and said, you got to go. We're on lockdown right now. And he was just like, and I was like, when I couldn't have my husband, I just lost it.
Of
I really
course.
did.
Yeah.
And I'm jacked out on morphine and a liquid feeding tube. So this is why I have a personal empathy for the gypsy child, because there is nothing more disgusting in the world than a feeding tube and not having the simple, normal life of chewing and digesting food. I mean, oh, but when I got out of there and I got off that feeding tube, girl, I bellied up to the trough. I put on
Okay.
30 pounds. Everybody's like, oh, you look good. You're so thin. And I was like, not for long. You know, this girl's
Oh
going to
god.
the restaurant. And yeah, but I mean, John had to take care of me for a while at home and deal with the feeding tube. He became Nurse John. I was
Aw.
very, very fortunate because my son he was still living at home with us, but he was working, and he was in his 20s and had his own life, and he just didn't know how to cope at all. he was like, I'm not good here. I was like, okay. So I got him into therapy right away. I said, you need somebody to talk to. I didn't even
If you
wait.
really know your children, you know when they need help. I
Well,
I
do you
think.
know them or do you care about them? I mean,
Right.
she's doing booty calls at the Costco
At the
parking.
Costco parking lot. We're talking about Jennifer Crumley, and
I'm like,
that
you get a
just that
guy who will
element.
pay for a Motel 6? You slob. I mean,
See,
how low can you go?
that's what his case lacked, was that little bit of salaciousness, that hers had and his trial didn't,
Yeah,
because
I
he was
don't think
just
he was
trying to be
ever
the
unfaithful
parent.
to her.
Yeah, he was trying to be the parent in the situation, and she was trying to have her affair. I mean, this jury could be very sympathetic. He could get a whole different outcome than she got. So,
Well, I thought they were going to nail him to the cross, but you might be right. And I
no,
and I hope that
he
you
was
are
actually
because
crying in court yesterday.
I
I felt
know.
really bad for him, because he's empathizing with the victims. I don't think she did that either. I didn't remember her empathizing with the victims, but maybe she
No,
did. I don't know.
the jury couldn't stand her. She was like
No.
such drama queen, and every time she opened her mouth, it was just me, 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 and I, and I, and I never heard her say Ethan's name.
Yeah.
Like it took days before, she actually said Ethan's name, and I was like, there's something wrong here.
I agree.
You
I
know,
agree.
I mean, everybody wants a school shooter to take the chair, but in this case, I have empathy for him.
But they didn't go through all that, horse nonsense and the messages, and they just dealt with the facts surrounding the shooting, and that was it. So,
Well, I know they didn't talk about, I really wish they had talked more about what Ethan was going through. I mean, when you're a boy at that particular age, your world is very small. You have your dog, you have your best friend, and you have your
and then he
family
loses them both. Yeah.
and his grandmother. And
Right.
I think his grandmother was very, very maternal with him because I know that Mr. Chumley actually said, he was absolutely broken when he lost his
Brenda said
grandmother.
she was in the 3% who voted that he would not get convicted. Jennifer never even told her son she loved him. I know. When they came into that counseling office, he sat right down with him. He started talking to him, and she's like huffing and puffing, sitting in the back of the room, going, "Can I leave now?" you know,
Yeah,
not
I
sympathetic
I
at
don't let
all.
my people out the door without an I love you. I'm an I love you girl. I say I love you so much. And my son is living in Oregon right now. He's a hipster. And so he's out there with his hipster friends and he's got a fabulous house and you know, but he's like, "Mom, I gotta go. I'm at work." And I was like, "You're not hanging up till you tell your mother you love her." He's like, "Okay, I love
Oh,
you."
look,
And then you hear all
I
the
blended the
cackling in the
tree.
background.
Look,
But his
are you
friends
proud?
love me.
I
So
blended the tree. Wait a minute.
look what
Can
you
you see?
did,
Look,
girl.
I
See?
blended and shaded the tree. Oh my God.
Do you like it? Didn't it go faster?
It did. I'm not done with
Okay.
the tree. I still have some more stuff here, but yeah. But
Well,
great
I'm just
idea.
saying,
I'm
and you
listening.
can do also really fun to do butterflies and flowers with the gel pens because you can
Oh,
get like the pale pastel pinks, you can get fuchsia pinks, you can get, I mean, look, I love the glitter ones. I'm gonna try to.
Now
Hold
my
on.
sister has a bunch of gel pens. I'm gonna have to look and might have to steal some from
Well,
her.
see if she has any she doesn't like anymore. But
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I really think that having a set around, and they last about 2 or 3 years. They're not forever, but
Okay.
they do have refills that you can buy for about $4 or $5 on Amazon. Very reasonable. And I just don't think, I mean, I've had Christmas. My beautiful German girlfriend bought me a whole set for
Mhm.
my birthday while I was in the hospital. Oh, and another thing Long Suffering did, I have to brag on him. He showed up because I was in the hospital on my birthday, and he showed up with a huge box full of cupcakes. There were like 50 cupcakes in there. He had
Oh, the
2
nurses
dozen
must have loved
balloons.
him. Oh my goodness,
He
yeah.
got
Oh, yeah.
flowers, and he had little cups set out for, for soda. And I mean, so yeah, so we took very good care of our nurses, and sometimes the nurses would come in and they would just be so I'm telling you, there were
Man,
a
you
couple of
won the
days I
jackpot
felt like
with,
I was Dr.
long
Phil.
suffering.
I
Yeah.
really did. I felt like I was Dr. Phil because it was just so they come in and just sit and say, "Can I have 5 minutes in here?" And I was like, "You can have 35 minutes. I love the company." And she'd just sit down and put that big yellow bowl in her lap and go,
I need the
"This
candy.
place, this place." And they would come in and get candy fixes. And, a lot of mornings he would buy donuts. And he told me, he was like, "Your little hospital bill's running up. We need to get you out of here." I was like,
It wasn't a
You
little
can go to
hospital bill.
Costco and buy that big $20, thing of individually wrapped chocolates
Oh
because
gosh.
we had to be so careful about everything.
Yep.
Just it was just a weird environment and a horrible experience. I really, really, really feel like the medical industry is starving for patient advocates. I just don't think,
Well, for good ones
yeah,
that aren't bogged down with a caseload, you know?
I know. And I mean, I never knew how, you don't know how bad it is till you're in it. When you're in a bed and you cannot get up and you cannot walk, and you're
Yeah.
like, look, I'm not a paraplegic. I've been here 6 months. Let's go run the stairs. I need to move. And,
I
I had,
remember having a patient when I was a risk manager. This one woman, because I would go in sometimes and just talk to the patients. And this woman was she was coloring. Now, not like you color. I mean, she was staying within the lines like I color, but it helps with pain. Because your mind is on something else, and you're not sitting there obsessing over like when's the next time I can get a shot. So it's very good
it's
therapy.
true. You get your morphine shot, and then about an hour later, you start thinking, when are they going to come back?
When's the next time? Yeah.
When's the next one? And, but I didn't have any withdrawals from the morphine. I told them, I was like, I really think I need to not be on this anymore. And
Oh,
I think, you know, the doctors were all so busy with, you know, code blues downstairs. They didn't have time to bother with me. So my nurses became my doctors, and they became my friends. And yeah, I had long suffering bring up just coloring books like crazy. And
did you ever send them the video of the coloring book? That's what you should have done. I bet they would love to
um
see that.
they saw it because John put that together without my knowing. It was a total
Oh,
surprise. I said that music was so beautiful, and he was like, "It's copyright free. It's okay. You can play it."
oh,
And I was like, "Oh my gosh," because that's my new thing now. Everything has to be copyright free.
oh my gosh,
I
yes.
mean, I'm like panicked because the the music, you know, the music police are taking all our songs away.
This is true.
I mean,
You're
I
absolutely
can't
right.
sing a song on this channel just for fun.
No.
Richard was messing with me the other day, and I told him I was going to change out a diamond painting because I have the one with all the puppies with the bunny ears, but I don't like the barn. The barn just has the color is so dark. It's almost like a brownish burgundy, and it really has no place there. And I said, I think I'm going to do the barn in like a white and gray, like an old, you know, to
Uh-huh.
bring the spring vibe because the color is like a winter color. And so Richard laughs at me because he was like, "Here she goes again. She's Mary Poppins." And I started singing perfectly or practically perfect in every way. And we were singing on the phone, and my husband is like, "What are you two goofballs doing? I mean, get off the phone. Go walk your dog." I'm like, I was like, "I gotta
Pay no attention
go.
to the woman singing.
We can't play anymore. I gotta go." But yeah, I Richard and I just became fast friends. And I gave him all your information. I said, "Get your butt on this."
You gave me his email, I think, and I didn't contact him because you did say that he had just had a surgery, and I thought, well, let me give it another
Well,
week or
yeah,
so.
he had a melanoma behind his ear that they were testing for. They had to do a biopsy on it, but it's healing up now, and I think he's doing a
Oh, I'll
little
give
bit
him
better.
I'll send him a message then, and I'll
Yeah,
have him
he's
on
an email
the
guy.
show.
I
Yeah.
text him by phone because I just can't be bothered. He won't do Instagram.
No, I know some people won't. They're like, "How do you get a hold of Joanna?" I said, "Well, she's on Instagram," and they're like, well, I don't know how to do that."
No, I think he might have a thing on Facebook, but
And
yeah,
if y'all
but
are on
he's a
TikTok, you
sweetheart,
better get
and he's
off.
such a gifted jeweler. I mean, he's
Really?
done jewelry. He's
Oh,
done
wow.
jewelry for the housewives in
Hi,
Beverly
single and
Hillbillies.
placing. Nice to have you. I'm glad you're here. Joanna and I are coloring.
We are gonna go color, color, color. Um,
Yeah.
I said that to my husband earlier today. I said, "I'm on color, color, color today," and he goes, "That's racist. Don't talk like that." And I was like, "It is not. There's colors in my coloring box."
That's
He
right.
was like, I was like, "Don't you dare start with your racial crap on me. I got more black
Mm.
friends than you." He's like, "Let's do an inventory here." Because he has friends that were pilots that, came from Africa. They were, well, it's really weird because he lived in Africa when he was young. I lived in Africa when I was young. He
Really?
was in Liberia at the very same time that I was in Uganda. But, you know, his father was a big time banker. And so they sent him anywhere in the world he wanted to go. I mean,
Oh,
I have a
wow.
picture of my husband. He's 9 years old, sitting with scotch and soda on his little tray table on a Concorde jet. I mean, how entitled are we? But he really does not have an entitled bone in his body. but he knows that he grew up with advantages. So, but anyway,
But he
yeah,
knows how
I
to treat a
was,
woman. Somebody taught him how to treat a woman, and they did a good job.
well, I did that. He was a
Oh,
man.
you did. You
You
trained him.
have, I take full credit. I did that. He, oh my God. The first time he had me over for dinner, he's going to kill me if I tell you this, but I don't care. Um, he had a futon for furniture, and but he had really nice bedroom furniture because his parents sent them their bougie stuff they didn't want anymore. And then, oh, sorry, I'm making all kinds of noises here. Um, but he could not cook his way out of a paper bag.
Oh
And
no.
I told him, I said, I mean, I'm a I'm a chef. I can make some snooty food, but my favorite thing is just a perfectly roasted chicken. I mean, I really do love simple. What are they yelling about? Okay, it's the end of the world as we know it. There goes
You didn't.
George.
You didn't get the smell.
Anyway, but
Lisa wants to know what's up with TikTok. Congress is voting to ban TikTok. It's
yeah,
House and
they're
now
coming
it's
in
going to
hot
the
on them
Senate
too.
because they have nothing better to do than worry about what social media this country is using. I mean, there's nothing else going on in this nation that they have to concentrate on freaking TikTok. Like, who cares? If you don't want your information in China, don't go on TikTok. If you
See,
do,
I
I mean,
think it's going to have the opposite effect. I think the more that they push that button and poke that bear, the
mm,
worse it's going to get
mhm.
because the younger generation is don't tell me what to do. You know,
Well,
they
yeah,
all they all know all the answers. We're just a bunch of old what is oh my husband what is it? David called me one the other day. What is it? We're like our age group. We're like the
I
I
don't know.
can't
I
even
don't consider
remember.
myself old, like, I'm getting
Well,
up.
this is what I mean, I try to tell him. I'm like, look, I know I'm not 20 anymore. And I know the things I did when I was 20 and 30 and 40 that I don't do anymore, but that doesn't mean my life is over. Mommy
Right.
is very happy. You need to chill out. But yeah, oh boomers. That's what he called us. He was like, "Yeah, but I don't need you guys going
Oh,
all boomer on me." And I was like, "Well, I got to go. I'll see you at the rally. Bye, honey. Love you."
oh
He
God.
just about flipped out. He told his roommate, he's like, "She just said I'll see you at the rally." He's like, "You better call her back right now. We got to get that straightened out." No, I was like, I was just joking, honey. I said, "You're not going to catch me there." But
Well, I don't know what color a toadstool is supposed to be, but mine's going to be pink and purple.
yeah, I'm putting a little orange in some of these leaves.
Oh, look at you. Oh my goodness. Now she gets out the orange.
Well, orange and
That's you're
purple.
really good. Yeah, I
Oh my
love the purple
God.
that you were adding. Yeah.
And
I was
then,
coloring the other night in bed, and my sister's like, "How can you see what you're doing? Because the lighting in my room is terrible." I said, "I can't see that
yeah,
good. I'm having a good time,
I
okay?"
have 3 lamps on this table. I can't get good light out of any of them.
Well, I bought these lamps like, I don't know, 5 years ago, and I've never had to change the light bulb. Well, finally, one of them burned out. It's a three-way bulb. Do you know they don't sell three-way bulbs for this lamp anymore? So
Did you look on Amazon? You can't get it
she looked
there?
everywhere. They don't sell them anymore.
Oh, wow.
Well, they actually, she said they do, but they're like $50. So we're not doing that.
Just go buy a new lamp.
Exactly.
I mean, it was gonna
When
cost
mine
you
burns
50
out, I'm
bucks.
gonna go buy a new lamp. But it's the most beautiful lamp. It looks has these crystal droplets. It's so pretty. But anyway,
Aw. Well, take the crystal droplets and put them on a new lamp.
Ellen wants to know: do you color with pencils or markers? She's using both.
I do the gel markers for highlights, and then I'm mostly a pencil girl. Like I said, I got a gift set of polychromos, and I mean those were high dollar. And I just, we couldn't afford. I mean, we were really, really uh tight, and the hospital bills were mounting up, and our whole lives were just crazy. And John was getting that retire or die notice, and it was just, and
I'm
oh
sorry.
my god,
I got that
Rebecca,
notice.
he's all over the Boeing thing. He thinks he's Nancy Drew. He's all about the Boeing.
What you saw that guy killed himself, right? The
Yes.
whistleblower for the Boeing thing, he killed
And
himself.
guess what? The FAA, see, my husband almost worked. Like, he went through all the interviewing. They weren't even going to let him on the property because he was born in Berlin at Boeing, and they can't allow people from Persian countries or German countries on their property because
What?
they're listen, Boeing, they're a bunch of freaks, okay? But when the Roni came, they really, oh, this is a bird. He's so cute. He just popped out of there. We got birds.
Oh my
We
gosh,
got
look at that.
birds. I was like, oh god, a bird. I was gonna color him as a leaf, and I was like, no, you're camouflaged too well. Anyway, so I'm gonna do a little purple on him because he's just too fun. But yeah, every morning, the minute the morning news comes on, my husband has friends who still work at Boeing,
Oh,
and he's just like, well, I just found out the FAA is going to come down on them like a hammer. And I went, good. They're
of
killing
course.
people. I wouldn't let, if I found out that my husband had taken that job, which he decided not to at the last minute because we didn't want to live in Washington State, and you know, there was just it was just too hard to root up at that time. But
Sarah
yeah,
wants
he
to
went
know:
through
do you use
all the
markers?
interviews at Boeing. He went through all the security clearance. He cleared, you know, and
Sarah has a question for you. Do you use markers on top of the pencil? If so, what does that not mess up the marker?
it does not mess up the gel markers because they're not alcohol, they're water based.
Ah,
And I
yeah.
do color on top of them. They don't get knotty, they don't get nubby. The only reason they would get that way is if you really pressed hard. But when I color, I don't, I'm not in a hurry. I try to just chill out and have fun, and not take it all so seriously. So, yeah. But it's very easy to color with them. Yeah. Oh my
Now you turned me
gosh.
into a color person again. Now I
I'm
wanna
way
get
behind in the
color.
chat.
What? Oh, it's
How
okay.
do you spell the name of the colored pencils? Okay, these are called Bruntfuners, and they're spelled just like they sound. Brunfurner. Brutfuner pencils. Go on Amazon. You'll get a good deal. They'll have them to you in 2 days. And I love them. I think they're, and people have asked me, are they an oil base? I think they might be. They're not advertised as an oil based pencil, but I've
Oh,
worked with enough wax versus oil. So I do think it's an oil based pencil, which is a very good deal for the money, I think.
it
Anyway.
sounds like it. Well, thank you, Joanne, for coming on with me tonight. We've already been sitting here for an hour chit-chatting.
Oh my
I could probably
goodness.
go on for another 3, but I need to watch today's testimony so I can recap it for you guys tomorrow. And
Oh,
tonight at 9 Central in, just
I'm
under
gonna
an
be
hour.
like refreshing, waiting for you every minute. I'm gonna bother you all day. What did you think about this? And what do you know? And what do you know? And what do you know? Yeah, because I love when you do law reviews because
Oh, thank
you do
you.
them in such a sensible manner and you kind of you're so diplomatic about it.
Well, you
You
have to
take
be.
this scenario versus this scenario. But what if? But what if?
Yeah.
And so you leave people open and thinking. And not everybody can do that,
Oh,
you
thank
know?
you.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
I
another lady who kind of reminds me of you. Have you ever seen Melanie Little?
no. What does she do?
Okay. She was a New York state prosecutor for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And then she retired and she went into acting for a short time. She's got like 5 kids. She's all up in this. But it's kind of cool because she has a lot of friends in New York,
Mhm.
and those, let me tell you something. That little tribe in New York, once you're in, look at this is my I'm drinking all this
So
coffee
there's my toadstool
trying
there.
to stay awake, and now I'm gonna be up all night.
There's some
Huh?
flowers that I did.
Yeah, see, I just think, you start out light and just work your way in.
Oh, did you notice this is a gnome coloring book, by the way? Did you?
I'm trying not to notice.
She's got a dream about gnomes tonight. All right, Tia's telling me she's not going live tonight. Yeah. I'm sorry, Tia. Tia and I
Why,
chatted
honey?
for about
She's
2
tired
hours
from all that
today.
dating.
Yeah, exactly. You guys got to go on less dates, really. I can't wait for my first one, and she's already been on 3 or 4.
Yeah, she might have a little connection happening.
Yes, yes.
She
All right,
really might.
thank you guys for coming. Some of you are in Joanna's chat, some of you are in my chat. I bet you guys didn't know you could be in 2 chats. Yes. So
Thank you
thank you
so
all for
much,
coming. Thank you,
Rebecca.
Joanna.
And
I
thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much again. Everybody tell Rebecca thank you for helping me with the auction. That girl saved my
It
fat,
was fun. I had
saggy
fun.
Irish hide. She really did.
All right,
She
guys. I'll see you all
it's
tomorrow in
just like
Crafting and
I
Crime
could do
Daily.
this in my
I will
sleep. I mean, I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know this stuff happened.
I
You
will
know.
be going live when there is a verdict, unless it's in my nap time. But then we'll see.
Yeah,
Um,
well, we're not gonna interrupt nap time for anything.
have a
I
great
love
day,
you, love you,
everybody.
love you more than my shoes.
All right,
Have
bye,
a
sweetie.
have a great week, and